All right, welcome back. We're on part 2 for the exercise 1 in Microsoft Excel, the grade book. We just finished step 6. Step 7 says make the changes to the cell contents indicated below and notice how the final averages change. So I'm going to change some of the cell contents, and then I want you to take a look at the final averages over here. And these will also change according to what I type in here. So it says D5. So the 65 here says change to a 74. So if I type that in, you'll see these change. Okay, so they automatically update. That's when we put those formulas in. It'll automatically do that, so you don't have to retype everything. Cell C7. So this 92 wants to make it a 98. Cell C12. So this 0.3, we should make a 0.25. And then you'll notice what happens with these averages. They change. Okay? Cell E12. E12, this should be 0.35. And cell E12 says to change it back to 0.3. And F12 change to 0.15. Now number 8 says, just when you thought you were finished calculating final grades, you realize that you forgot someone. You know, that quiet student that always sits in the back of the room? Anyhow, you can start all over or simply insert a new row for the forgotten student. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my cursor over here to row 6. I'm going to right click and I'm going to go down to insert. So now I have a new row there. I can start entering in the information. So part C says enter the information below in the identified cell. So A6, I'm going to enter, his last name is Linder, comma, Barry. Hit the tab key, ID 993-14-9283. Tab key 81, 73, 83, 65. Notice the exam averages change when the new student's grades are entered, but a final average is not automatically calculated for them. This is because the formula was not copied into that new row. Copy the formula in cell G5 into cell G6. Now your grade roll is completed. Now what I didn't do before, when I changed one of the formulas, I need to actually take this final average formula now, because after I did all this, and I need to take this all the way down here, drag it all the way down. Now it should match up. 85.9, 76.8, 91.65, 89.3, 92.45. Now you kind of take a look here and see that this shouldn't be right. The average here should not be right because you can't have 103.75. So the problem was this one here is correct. This 89.4, because if I look at here, it takes E5 to E9, so it takes E5 to E9, all of those 5, and it averages them. If I come over here, it only takes D5 to D9, but it divides it by 4. And now I have 5 students in here instead of 4. That's why my average is so high. Then if I come over to the first one, it's only adding the first 4 dividing by 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this formula and I'm going to copy this to the left 2 cells. drag it right over here. So now when I let go, if I look at my worksheet, 92.2, 83, 89.4. All right, and all the weights are right. 0.25, 0.3, 0.3, 0.15. So I'm going to do another formula here in cell H5 because I want to know what these grades mean for a letter grade. So 85.9, what's that mean for a letter grade? A, B, C. So in H5, right here, I'm going to say equals if, parentheses, G5 is greater than, which is just to the left of the shift button, kind of by the space bar. Okay, greater than an 89, comma, quote, that's an A. Another comma. If G5 is greater than 79, comma, that's going to assign a B grade, comma. If, parentheses, G5 is greater than 69, comma, then that's going to be a C, comma, and if G5 greater than a 59, comma, D, comma, F. And then I have 4 parentheses, 1, 2, 3, 4. And now if I hit the enter key, I get a B because 85.9 falls in the range for a B letter grade. And if that was confusing watching it on the video, you can easily type it in from the worksheet. I'm going to make sure you have the worksheet too. So it says copy this now down to cell H9. So I'm just going to click on the corner, little box, get the plus, hold it down, let go. So this is a C, this was an A, this was an A, and this was an A. So the last step here is to save this. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to File, Save As, and I want you're going to go to your H drive. It might look a little different than my computer. If it does, you're going to want to go to Computer or this PC if it says that on yours. But you basically want to go to your computer and go to your H drive, which my H drive here, if I double click on this, I'm in my H drive right now, okay? So there's my H drive. And what I want you to save this as is grade sheet, or you can save it as grade book, grade sheet, save. And that is the end of exercise 1. Hopefully you can get through that today in this class period for the substitute. Thank you.